Hi, and welcome to creating your 4-year plan with the Fishers High School Counseling Department. What is your 4-year plan? The Fishers High School 4-year plan is a resource for your counselor and you to share. This 4-year plan will help you create an educational pathway to set you up for success in your future career. The 4-year plan will also help your counselor and you select appropriate courses over the next 3 years here at high school. You should have this blank 4-year plan sitting in front of you now. If not, we'll go ahead and pause briefly while you get that 4-year plan. Okay, let's begin filling out your 4-year plan. Let's start by filling in your name at the top of the page. You probably want to use pencil for this and not pen. Your plans may change throughout the week, the month, or the years. We will complete the top portion of this at a later date. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the scheduling portion of the 4-year plan. And we're going to start with your freshman year, your current year. We want you to go ahead and fill in your freshman schedule in the box marked freshman. You will see the subjects are listed in each box. You may see PE or foreign language, and you may not have those classes. That's okay. You can go ahead and mark out those boxes and fill them in with the classes that you do have. So go ahead and take this time to fill in your English class, your math class, science, social studies, and the other classes or study halls that you may have. You may also notice this summer before freshman year box. If you did take any classes before beginning your freshman year, go ahead and fill in those classes in these boxes now. We're going to go ahead and take a quick pause while you complete your freshman year schedule. Okay, now to fill out the rest of your 4-year plan, we're going to go through subject by subject. We're going to start with English. So all of you right now are probably in English 9 or Honors English 9. Going into 10th grade, your sophomore year, you'll probably be in English 10 or Honors English 10. When we get to your junior and senior year, that's when you get a lot more choices. You will definitely need to make sure you have at least one column A credit. So whether that's AP Literature or English Composition or English 12, you definitely want to make sure you have at least one of those in your schedule. You can also fill in the rest of your English classes if you would like some items from column B. So you might be looking at speech, or maybe the American Experience, which is our English 11 class that's uniquely paired with our U.S. History class. You may want to choose a genre or theme in literature, such as true crime. You have many options here to explore, so I'm going to go ahead and pause and give you a minute to explore these options. Okay, now that you've filled in your language arts credits, we're going to move on to the next subject, mathematics. Mathematics typically follows the same order. Most of you will start with Algebra 1 and move to Geometry, then Algebra 2. Following Algebra 2, most of you will be taking Pre-Calculus. Some of you may be looking at college algebra or one of our other math classes as well. If you plan on moving into calculus, you can just go ahead and fill in calculus at this time. We do have several different options for calculus, but we'll explain those later when we get closer to that junior or senior year. And if we do end up going past calculus to a higher level math, there are some options there as well, and those we can discuss later in one of our scheduling meetings. I'll go ahead and give you a minute to fill in the math portion of your schedule for all 4 years. And remember, if you're not real sure, that's okay. Your counselor will be meeting with you one-on-one several times to go over your schedule. Okay, now that we've finished the mathematics portion, let's move on to science. You're going to need 6 science credits to graduate. Most of you are currently completing biology. Following biology, we need to pick up 4 more credits. 2 of those credits have to come from either the Integrated Chemistry and Physics, or ICP, or for those of you that really like math and science and do really well in those areas, you might be looking at something like chemistry or physics. And the final 2 credits that you need in science, you might be picking up with earth-space science, or meteorology, or genetics, or maybe even one of our Project Lead the Way courses. I want to go ahead and pause for a moment while you take the time to fill in your science courses for all 4 years. Okay, now that we have those filled in, we can move on. I will mention that you notice there's only 6 science credits, so that does mean there may be 1 year of your schedule that doesn't have a science class, unless you really want to take science all 4 years. Our next subject is social studies. Social studies also only requires 6 credits. Most of you are going to be in world history, geography, history of the world, or an AP World History class this year. For those of you in AP World History, or those of you that are excelling in world history, you may be looking at taking AP US History next year. If you do not want to take AP US History, you're probably going to wait till your junior year to take US History, or again that American Experience course that is a unique blend of our US History and 11th grade English. Then for your final social studies, you will be picking up 1 semester each of government and economics. You'll pick these up during your senior year, and you may pick them up as AP or dual credit courses if you would like. We have an AP and dual credit government, as well as an AP microeconomics and macroeconomics. I'll pause for a moment while you fill in your social studies. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to our next subject. Our next subject is world languages. You may or may not want world languages in your schedule. If you are seeking an academic honors diploma, you will need foreign language in your schedule. You will need at least 3 years of the same foreign language, or you can split and do 2 years each of 2 different foreign languages. For example, you may take Spanish 1, 2, and 3, 3 years of Spanish. Or you may take 2 years of German and 2 years of American Sign Language to meet that academic honors requirement. For your options with foreign language, we do have American Sign Language, but it is only offered in the junior and senior year. We also have French, German, and Spanish. I'll pause for a moment while you fill in your world language requirements. Okay, moving on. Our next subject is PE and health. You will need 2 credits of PE, one of which must be a live credit or in the classroom. Only 1 PE credit can be done online over the summer or through the alternative PE. To earn the alternative PE credit through an organized sport or activity, you must sign up at the beginning of the season and complete the requirements. This includes taking the Canvas quizzes associated with the alternative PE course. You will also need 1 credit of health. It is best to complete these before your junior year. It's going to make life a lot easier to have these done and out of the way. I'm going to go ahead and pause while you fill those into your schedule. Okay, let's move on to the next requirement. Everyone is required to pick up a business technology credit. You will need at least 1 of these credits, and this table will show you the different courses you can take and the different grade levels you can take them at. Some of these classes, like digital applications or principles of marketing, are 1 semester classes. Others, like accounting, computer science, or AP computer science principles, are full year classes. I want to pause for a moment while you look through these classes and go ahead and fill in that portion of your schedule. Okay, now let's move on to fine arts. Fine arts is something you may or may not have in your schedule. Fine arts is required for the academic honors diploma. You will need at least 2 fine arts credits to earn the academic honors diploma. These credits can come from visual and or performing arts categories. So, in terms of visual arts, you may be looking at painting, drawing, photography. In terms of performing arts, you may be looking at theater, dancing, band, choir, or even technical theater. Be sure to speak with your counselor or look at the course description guide to learn more about the prerequisites needed for these art classes. I want to pause for a moment while you fill those in. Okay, now for your remaining credits. Your schedule's probably getting pretty full, but you probably still have some blanks on your schedule. You may think, do I need a study hall? You may discuss different classes with your teachers and counselor. You might decide to look at some options that kind of help you explore future careers. You might even check out some of the AP and dual credit options. You will need 4 AP credits in order to earn the academic honors diploma, and these credits can really help you out when you get to college. You also want to take the time to review the course option sheets and the course descriptions on the Fishers High School webpage. I'll show you how to get there. When you get to the Fishers High School webpage, simply go to the Counseling tab and then go to Scheduling. In Scheduling, we can scroll down and see the course guide. The course guide will show you by subject all the different classes that are available. If we click on a subject, you can see the description, what grade level you're allowed to take that course, and you will also see some of the requirements that you must have completed in order to take those courses. So please take the time to look through the different course descriptions and the requirements to take those courses. Now if we go back to this Counseling and Scheduling tab, we can come down to Scheduling. Scheduling is going to offer several lists that are class specific of all the courses that you're eligible to take. Again, you want to look through the course descriptions to see the requirements for these, but it will give you a good idea of the many different options that you have for visual arts or the many different sciences that we offer. So please take the time to review these while you're looking over your schedule and building your 4-year plan. Now, if we have a few minutes left, let's go ahead and return to the top of the page. We're going to go ahead and fill out that top portion of the page. This is going to help you and your counselor when trying to decide which classes you want to take. When you're finished with that top portion, or when class ends, please go ahead and return your 4-year planning sheet to your homeroom teacher before leaving SMaRT period. Your counselor will come around and collect these later today, and you will soon be meeting with your counselor to discuss your 4-year plan and look over the classes you've chosen and get a little bit of help in planning out for your future career.